Hey guys, Rita Starlight Witch here. Hope everyone's doing good today and fabulous. Before I get started, please like this video, subscribe to my channel. I would be extremely grateful if you did so. So I'm sure you have already heard about this spell. This is called the ammonia spell jar. Hopefully I'm saying that right. I am dyslexic. So this it reverses a situation in your favor. So if you're dealing with an unfavorable situation, this reverses it into your favor. Now you can do this with pretty much anything. For any situation, I mean, just, be smart, do your research, and things like that. So I'm sure you've already heard about this. This is a very, very common spell, but I thought I would talk to you guys about it. So if you've been watching my videos, then you know I am psychic. I have very, very strong psychic abilities. I can feel energy. And so I wanted to tell you guys that this spell actually does work. Something so easy and so cheap to do, it works. So because I can feel energy, and I know I sound crazy, I know I sound like I'm making this up, but I'm being completely honest. When I do an ammonia spell jar and I flip it upside down, I kid you not, I can feel the energy flipping upside down, and it literally makes me nauseous, and it makes me dizzy. Just because, I can feel like the energy will do like this super fast. I'm sorry if that doesn't make sense, but that's the best way I can explain it. Like I can literally feel the energy turning upside down. I can feel it changing, and it kind of makes me a little dizzy. So I've already done 2 of these, and I'm actually feeling really dizzy just because, that shift, that change in energy. So this does work, and like I said, you can pretty much do it for any situation. This is really good if you're struggling with finances, things of that nature, but you can do it for whatever. So if you're dealing with a situation that's just not good, just a yucky situation, you can turn that around into your favor with an ammonia jar. So you just need a little jar and some ammonia, and you only need a little bit of ammonia, and a paper, clear paper, notebook paper, and pencil is fine if that's all you have. But brown paper is better, and a Sharpie is better because that's like the traditional way. Back in the old day, people used brown paper. I always use brown paper for all my spells. So what I do is I save my my paper that comes in my Amazon packages. That's the cheapest, easiest way to get it. So I'm doing this as an example. I didn't want to show you guys, my personal ammonia jars. So I was like, let me come up with an example. So I opened up a new Etsy shop for readings. So you want to write down the piece of paper, the situation as it is in a negative context. So I put my Etsy shop, or the Etsy shop, Serena Starlight, sorry, my writing's messy, I'm in a hurry, is not receiving sales. So that is an unfavorable situation. So what I'm going to do now is, I'm recording with one hand here. Some people glue it to the top. I don't do that. But I am going to stick it in the jar straight up. So I want to turn this situation around, basically. And again, I'm using this as an example. I'm folding it away from me. I'm not folding it towards me. I'm going to put that in there because, I want my shop to receive sales. So I'm turning this situation upside down. My shop is not receiving sales currently, but that's fine. That's okay. Like I said, I'm using this as an example. So I want to turn that around. I want it to receive sales. So maybe it's not wise to do this on camera. So again, write it in the present moment and in a negative context, if that makes sense. So tell your ammonia what to do. I bless this ammonia to turn the situation upside down so that it is in my favor, so that it benefits me. So you're asking, and you don't fill up the whole jar. That's a little too much, but that's fine. Do not fill up the whole jar. You only need a little bit. I put too much. So you're asking the ammonia to turn it around, turn it upside down. I ask this ammonia to turn this around, to turn this upside down so that it is in my favor. And I already know this is going to make me dizzy. It's fine. So do not shake the jar. Do not. Turn it upside down once. All right, hold it in your hands. Push energy in the jar. Visualize the jar working. I bless and empower this ammonia jar to turn the situation upside down, to turn it around so that it is in my favor. I turn this unfavorable situation into a situation that benefits me. So mote it be. So I'm visualizing the jar lighting up with bright white light energy, and that's it. Speak your intentions, visualize it lighting up, and you want to keep it in a dark place. If you have a cloth, wrap it up in a cloth and keep it in a dark place where it will never be touched or disturbed again. Because you want this to stay upside down. Don't turn it back around or anything like that. You want it to stay upside down, and you want to keep it in a dark place. So put it somewhere and pretend like it doesn't exist. Forget about it completely. So I think that's all I wanted to share with you guys today. But yeah, this is something really simple, really easy, a beginner can do. Pretty much anyone can do. Just make sure you focus on your intention, speak your intention, visualize it as well. So I'm going to visualize my shop not receiving sales. I'm visualizing the shop turning upside down, but it is now receiving sales. So visualize the thing turning upside down, turning around, and being in your favor, becoming the thing that you do want. So you can do this for your finances, whatever, you can do this for pretty much anything. So yeah, guys, if you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you for watching this video. I love you guys, and peace.